Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of NasCard Radio. This is episode number 133 of NasCard Radio, where trading cards and racing meet. I'm your pal Val, and with me is the man, the myth, the legend, PSA and White Castle Hall of Famer, Logan. Logan, how are you today?
I'm shiny. I'm feeling shiny.
You are shining. Speaking of shiny, we want to thank our sponsor, Panini America. Let's do, I guess, quick shout outs to Justin Williams, Kyle Katz, Tim Mozzie, and Beans Ball Card Blog for the YouTube comments. We read them, so please leave them.
Yep. What do you want me to
Okay.
say?
What? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm totally speechless. So I appreciate it. We appreciate everybody listening and watching on the podcast in the U.S., around the globe. I guess even maybe in outer space, but that's for another topic for another day. Got a great show today. We're going to do race recap. We had a busy weekend of racing. Tops now, they're back. We'll look at their current offering. There might be some interest for some folks in the U.S. Special subject's going to be 2016 PRIZM Racing. We're going to revisit that. And then we'll end the show with King's Court. So we got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
Yeah, we do. This is going to be a big show.
Big show, really big show. All right, here we go. Let's see. Of course, that was the only document I didn't have open. Jeez, who's running this thing?
I don't know, man. We need to get a producer and a director and stuff.
You bring some more. Yeah, it's a little more than a two-man band here. So, but last week, Craftsman Truck Series. Yes, I said it right here. It was race number 2, and that was Victoria's Voice Foundation 200 presented by Westgate. And that was Friday, March 3rd at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It was last week, right? Yeah, March 3rd. Okay. I forget when they're off and on. Anyway, Kyle Busch was our winner. Highest finish rookie was Jake Garcia at position 10. It was almost kind of not fair to the truck guys there with Kyle Busch.
Yeah, who didn't see that one coming? I think you and I talked about it, and we already knew there was going to be Kyle Busch. In fact, my son and I talked too, and it's like he's going to win.
So we talked about him. Well, we talked about it quite a bit, especially with being named one of NasCard Radio's 75 greatest drivers. And his rookie cards, if you don't have any yet, they're in the one there to the left. That's the 2002 Choice Marketing Rising Stars number 18. That's funny. He's card number 18.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah. And then also 2004 Press Pass Optima and regular press a pass. There's multiple parallels uh, for those cards. I think we got another slide here. We also have he's like in I think all the brands in 2004, which is a good thing because I guess they saw how great he was going to be. So, but in stealth, high gear, that's the one we always say that's notoriously off center, and then track side, and then with all the parallels. Some of them actually back then they were numbered out of 100, so those are I guess getting a lot harder to find nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I think we saw one sell the other day, right? It was like $300. So that's two now. I think we've seen.
Yeah, we have. It's. I think he's kind of hot right now for sure.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how he's going to do this year because we said it before. He's got that chip on his shoulder, so and watch out for everybody else.
Yeah, no doubt.
Kind of like when Larson came back, he put on a clinic for everybody. So we'll see.
Yep.
All right. Jake Garcia, no cards yet. So Panini, if you're listening, it's probably too late for Dunruss, but maybe we'll see some. Next race, number 3. They are off this week, but they will be back at Atlanta Motor Speedway Saturday, March 18th at 2 p.m. That's the FR8 208.
So, one observation yet again, Haley Deegan, 32nd.
Wrong place.
Her teammates did really good, and she did really crappy.
Didn't she? If I remember right, what was the deal with her? Did she wreck out?
She had another wreck.
Was that the one where she got between two of the trucks and took her air off?
Yeah, and she was
Squirrely.
wobbling back and forth, and she was doing the pinball thing, and then she spun out and she was crashed and she was done.
Yeah, she's gonna have to show. She's got to
She's
be up
got
there.
the equipment, so I think this is a make or break year. I'm not putting any stock in her right now. She's really going to have to step it up this year to get back in my good graces, because I was high on her for a while, but not so much now.
Well, I think she got a lot of talent, but we don't know what else is going on, right? So,
That's true. That's true.
I
I'll
mean,
give him
life
that.
gets in the way from some of the stuff. How hungry are they? Like, let's look at just Kyle Busch, right? So he's got all the talent, but he's got a lot of things going on, and I think some of these guys, girls, when they get focused, then and a little bit of luck, right? Because if she's in the back of that pack or whoever's in the back of that pack, somebody else can take you out. So
That's right. When you run in the back, man, your chances of being in some kind of accident not of your making goes up exponentially.
I was
So
just thinking, even in second and third place, we had some of those restarts last year and truck, whatever, and like the second place guy, first place guy took out the third place guy or whatever it was. So, yep. Anyway, all right, we got to keep on moving.
yeah, get on track. We got a lot to do.
Keep on trucking. Xfinity Series, that was race number 3, and that was the Alsco Uniforms 300. That was Saturday, March 4th, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Austin Hill was our winner. Highest efficient rookie was Chandler Smith at position 3.
Yeah, he stole that race literally on the last lap.
Hey, that in the
Literally.
record in the book it just says winner.
Exactly.
So we talked about Austin Hill before. I don't think I have a slide for him, but 2021 Dunruss, he's everywhere. All those parallels. He has 2 cards. He has card number 81 and then the retro 88 looking card number 158, again with all the parallels and optic signatures. There's also printing plates for that. And Chronicles, he's in Zenith autographs, and then in Spectra and Panini PRIZM 2021 signing session. So base cards in Dunruss, Chronicles Zenith, and Chronicles Spectra.
Mm-hmm. I think I think if he has a good year with this year, which looks like he's on his way to having a good year, he may be a third. Richard Childress Cup team next year. You never know.
I'm starting to buy some of him. I still remember, Jason talked about buying them for like 250, those Zenith autographs. So
Mm-hmm.
I, I mean, you can do worse with, $3,
No doubt.
especially for an autograph. And we talked about him last year, and truck this year, Xfinity. He's kid's got some talent. So we'll see.
He does. I think he's going to do well.
High finishing rookie was Chandler Smith, and of course I don't have that open. Let's see how fast I can find that.
Do 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 do
Yeah.
do.
How did these windows open? Dang computers. Okay. Let's go to the slide here. Chandler Smith. I think that's Chandler Smith. Yeah, it looks like Chandler Smith.
Mm-hmm.
2021 Dunruss. He has signature series. That's it. He's also in Chronicles. He's in the Chronicles autographs, Obsidian, Score autograph, Select autograph, Spectra, National Treasures. He's also in 2021 Panini Prism card number 30 with all of the colors you can possibly think of.
Mm-hmm.
2021 Prism signing sessions, and that will do it for Chandler Smith there. So we got the Obsidian, the Prism Select, and the Spectra shown there on screen.
Cool.
Next race number 4, United Rentals 200. That's at Phoenix Raceway, Saturday, March 11th at 4:30 p.m. So stay tuned for that this weekend. Moving over to the Cup Series, that was race number 3. That was the Pennzoil 400 presented by Jiffy Lube, and that was Sunday, March 5th. William Byron was our winner. Highest finishing rookie was Ty Gibbs at position 22.
Yeah, I think Noah Gregson was 30th.
Yeah, I mean, it was only the two of those guys, so we're going to be talking a lot about Ty Gibbs and Noah Graskin, so looking forward to it. William Byron cards, we've talked about, like I said before, 2016 Panini Certified has a base card. The only base card for 2016 is in Panini Certified. He has autos in Certified, Potential Signatures, Panini PRIZM 2016 Driver Signatures, Panini Torque Driver Scripts. So autographs in PRIZM and Torque, they're kind of low numbered. There's the unnumbered versions for those, and then in PRIZM it is 25 or less. Torque it is 35 or less. And then for potential certified potential signatures, they're 49 and less. So they were kind of skimpy with Byron's autographs there in 2016.
Yeah, there for a while, PSA was recognizing. Um, no, it wasn't his. I'm trying to remember who's. No, okay, I take that back. Reverse. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to make a comment, but it wouldn't be true, so I'm not going to say it.
All right. And then our highest finished rookie, Ty Gibbs. If you listen to the show at all the last couple of years, we would talk about Ty Gibbs in 2020 Panini Chronicles. He has base cards there in Crusade. Phoenix, you'll see there to the left. Score. I think there's a score. Yeah, score down there to the bottom right with the blue. Different parallels. There's Spectra. And then there's Prism. Scripted signatures. There's an unnumbered version, and then they're all 99 or less for the 2020 autographs. And there's some more autos. I guess those are the ones I had sent
Look,
in.
look,
So
look at those autos. There's not a single one of those autos that looks the same. Go
I
back. Look
I
at that.
know that was the other thing too. Is so there's 3 2020s with the Chronicles Crusade there to the right, and I think they're all sticker. I think right. I don't think.
Yeah, is somebody at Panini just signing scribble and just saying, "Hey, this is Ty Gibbs"? Because you could do that. I mean, that's just pathetic. Sorry, Ty freaking Gibbs, you suck at autographs.
Yeah, I think Richard Petty needs he's teaching a master class on autographs,
Exactly.
and, and Ty Gibbs is at the kindergarten level here. So yeah, when as a person who collects autographs, and an autograph says a lot about, I think, the person. So
I think
eh,
it does. I think it shows about how much you care about your fans.
well, yeah, I don't even know about that. Again, that
Well,
has a different mentality, right? So he has probably had to sign. I don't know if there was quickly here 100 of each, and there's, I don't know, a few hundred autographs. It can probably get old, but I don't know. You look at Richard Petty and those guys, so we'll see.
well.
But yeah, to your point, you can see the consistency right there. That's all 2020. It's not even. So let's see. I don't even know when Prism came out later in the year. Chronicles would have been in the middle of the year. So, but even the two prisms, right? You have, I guess, is, I don't know, even looks like a T and I don't know what that is there. And the one to the left, the pink, and the one on the right, it's got the little, I don't know, little mark there to the left. So
Yeah, it's I mean totally inconsistent. I mean I think he's literally just going in and just going scribble, 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 scribble. He doesn't care what it looks like. It's just a scribble, and he signed it.
well, time's money, right? And I don't know how much Panini's paying them. So, but anyway, we got a ways to go. So,
Yep. Sorry.
no, it's my fault. So Next race, race number 4, United Rentals 500K Phoenix Raceway, Sunday, March 12th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. So be on the lookout for that. Formula One was back. First race, Sunday, March 5th, 2023, at Bahrain International Circuit. Max Verstappen was our winner. That's 57 laps. Second was Sergio Perez. Third, Alonso was, well, it looks like, yeah, Alonso and Carl Sainz fourth. So,
Yeah, he's Alonso. He's with the Aston Martin team. That they were ecstatic to get on the podium. Did you see them? I mean, they were just going crazy.
yeah.
I,
Yeah, I
but
was looking at the thing and they both are from the same nationality. So that's what threw me. I was like, wait a minute, they're not on the same team. And then so then I had to take a double take. So that's what that was. But yeah, there's no Mercedes up there, and yeah, they were pretty static. I felt really bad for Ferrari and Charles Leclerc, but
yeah, they, they blew up again, man. Oh,
last year I just remember them blowing up a few times. So deja vu all over again. I think Yogi Berra said.
yeah, the reliability just still isn't there for the Ferraris. It's terrible.
But Max then Red Bull and also with Sergio Perez looks like they didn't miss a beat. So they're going to be really tough to beat. So I don't know
Yeah,
what that does for cards. If they're too dominant, then does that turn folks off
doesn't seem to for whatever reason.
right
Um,
now? But if they
yeah,
win the next 10 races in a row,
yeah. Well, if Max sweeps the season, I mean, you look at it, there's no competition for the Red Bull team. Period. There's nobody that can compete at that level at all.
right? So how fun is it to go watch? So,
Well, but
but
it doesn't seem to matter in Formula One though. In NASCAR, we hate it when somebody you know whips off 8, 10 races in a season and 3 and 4 in a row. I mean, I'll tell you, I hate it. I don't like it at all,
yeah. So how do you
and
like Jimmy Johnson?
that's why I don't like Jimmy Johnson.
Exactly.
Got tired of him. But anyway, but Formula One fans, it's just different. It's just a different way of looking at things. It's not. The way I look at it, I don't think it's good for any sport for any one person to dominate. I just don't think it's good. It's
Right.
not
And so we
healthy.
know how they finish usually translates to a card too, right? So out of sight, out of mind. Now, if Lewis Hamilton and them they do poorly, that'd be a great time to pick up, Lewis Hamilton. So, but I was gonna say a couple of notes here. Logan Sargent, position 12,
Hmm.
and we had 3 DNFs, and Oscar Pistori looks like he was last.
Yeah, not so good for him.
Electrical issues, and looks like he only finished 13 laps, so out of 57.
Mm, I feel for
Yep.
him.
All right. Next race number 2 is going to be Sunday, March 19th at 1 p.m. Eastern, and that's going to be the Grand Prix of Saudi Arabia in Jeddah, Jeddah Street Circuit. There's 23 races this year. There's no Chinese Grand Prix, which was scheduled for April 16th. So,
And
uh,
there's no Russian Grand Prix, of course. That wouldn't even be on the schedule this year.
yeah, I don't, yeah. Let's see, Max Cards. We've talked about him before. The rookies were in 2016. They're the kind of, I don't say off brand, but what's the right word for that? I guess XRCs or whatever, but the top trumps, the 2016, he actually has two 2016 different ones. with the Grand Prix Heroes and the Grand Prix Helden, which I think were the German version. I think that's the one to the right. Kind of use the same picture, but a little bit offset, and you can see the two different backs to the right for those from
Hmm.
2016. And then also in 2018 Tops Trumps before the Tops 2020 Chrome, there's also this Grand Prix Helden 2. And then one other note that I think that might be a little sneaky sleeper there is the 2020 Tops Now that had a print run of 4,047, which sounds like a lot, but if he starts winning multiple championships or whatever, that'll be, I think, one of the decent cards to own. And I actually picked one up during the off season. Wasn't graded for like $13 off of ComC, so I thought that was worth $13.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. I mean, that's not much more than they pay for it new. I mean, think about it.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought, for the $13 and then whatever is 3 or 4 hours to ship it, that it would be a nice long term hold for him, especially if he keeps on winning. So
I mean, I don't think there's any stopping. I don't think there's any stopping Verstappen.
Verstappen, very nice. I like that. I like that. And then if you're a 2020 Topps Chrome fan, uh, there's about, I think it's about 13 cards and one image variation, and then there's a ton of parallels in that 2020 Topps Chrome. There's 2020 Topps Turbo Attacks. There's about 12 stickers, sorry, 12 cards, and then 3 limited edition cards in there. He's, of course, in that Topps Dynasty Formula One. That's very pricey stuff. And there's also some Topps 2020 F1 stickers as well. Which could be another little sneaky one because it's got dark borders, and a lot of folks, I think, peeled and stick those off on those books. So,
Yeah.
but that's F1. So again, they're off next week. Moving over to the IndyCar Series, Haykin. That was the 2023 Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. That was race number one. That was Sunday, March 5th, and this at St. Petersburg, Florida. And that was a kind of an interesting race there, where I think Andretti, a lot of his drivers, or all his drivers, got knocked out, and the one, number two took each other out there in that fighting for the lead there out of the pit. That was funny
Yeah.
and sad.
Grosjean, he dominated that race and he got crashed right there with just a handful of laps to go.
Yeah, like I said, it was funny and sad all at the same time. It was like, oh my god! And then the aggravation, you can see it. He was
Oh, he was not
beating
happy.
beating himself up on that. So, but our winner was Marcus Ericsson, and I have a card here. He doesn't have many cards, but I did find one, and there it is, right there. How about that beauty? That's 2016 Topps Trumps Formula One Grand Prix Heroes. So if you're picking up that set, you're going to get the Max Verstappen and Marcus Ericsson in that set. So
Double whammy. Cool.
yeah, pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So their next race number 2, is not till April 2nd at 12 p.m. Eastern. And that's going to be their Grand Prix of Texas at Texas Motor Speedway. And that's the PPG 375, 250 laps, 375 miles. Repaved and redesigned in 2017, Texas Motor Speedway features 20 degrees of banking in turns 1 and 2 and 24 degrees of banking in turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, that's going to be a fast track. I mean, those cars are going to be hauling the mail at that track. It's almost kind of scary.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remembered that last year, I guess, was Jimmy Johnson was, in on that the one. So, yeah, I think that was a fast track.
Yeah. Oh, going back to the St. Petersburg Grand Prix, I was calling that the St. Petersburg Air Show they had a couple of cars in two different accidents go airborne. I mean, they were those cars were completely in the air.
Wow.
Like on lap one and I think lap 42, the opening lap there was a big wreck and it blocked the track. They had to red flag it because I was going to say where I was watching it from, but I'm not going to say where I was watching it from. I mean, we may talk about that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Anything else?
um, just you
Drop
want
it
to
in
talk
here
about
later.
some quick news real quick about Chase Elliott fracturing his tibula
All right, hit
or
me. Okay.
tibia, not tibula. That sounds like something from Star Trek. His tibia. He was snowboarding in Colorado,
Yep.
and he underwent surgery, and I think he's still there in Colorado in the hospital. But anyway, since he had that accident, Josh Berry had to start the race Sunday for him, and it looks like he's going to be out for like 6 weeks or so at least. So that's not good, but it's good for Josh Berry. I think that was like his third Cup start that he ever had um,
Yeah.
on
Get him
Sunday.
some seat time.
So what do you think that does for Chase Elliott's cards and Josh Berry's cards? Think it does anything? Just kind of meh.
Well, out of sight, out of mind for Chase. I wouldn't be planning on selling any now. I may be looking at buying here in 3 weeks.
Yeah. But I think it's going to give Josh Berry a slight bump. I mean, people who didn't know about him will know about him now, especially since Chase is the most popular driver in the series,
Yep.
and there's a lot of eyeballs there.
You'll see how Josh does in that higher level of talent. So just
Yeah, I
has
mean,
Noah and Ty Gibbs.
he's got a great car, so it's and of course that was all last minute getting him in there and everything. Now they'll have a week to prepare and do more. So I'm expecting him to do better this weekend in Phoenix. So we'll see how that goes. I think it's going to be good, and I think he's going to do good. Wouldn't that be something if he snuck in there and won a race in that car? Oh my God,
That'd
that
be
would be
epic.
that'd be crazy. I'd love that.
Yeah, Josh Berry stuff going nuts.
Yeah, that's really. I mean, I had a couple other little tidbits, but they don't really amount to much. The Elliott Josh Berry thing was the thing I really want to talk
Okay.
about.
You can sprinkle them in there during the show.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next segment, Tops Now. So Tops is out with they had some before, but here the first real group of the first race. So we have the Max Verstappen dominant win, outstanding race to take the podium finish, and then first American to race in Formula One since 2015, and then also impressive drive in opening race, and then there's the bundle. So we won't know what the print runs are, but it looks like there's parallels for the Logan Sargent. So that looks like that's going to be the big chase for this group here.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. I think I may order those. I don't know. Get the four or get the 3 card pack, or is it 3 or 4 cards?
It is 4 cards.
4 cards. The four
Let
card
me go
pack.
back. Yeah, so 4 cards for $24.99. Though, of course, the more you buy, the cheaper it gets per card. I was gonna see what the different. So it's 1 card for $9.99, 5 cards for 30, 4 cards for 50, 20 cards for 80. So that's tops now. And if you're not familiar with that, you can also go down here to view the archive. And Tops does a pretty much crappy job of keeping track and up with the print runs. So I'll go out there and say that because everyone that I want to know of, they don't have the print runs on there. So
Yeah, like that Nick DeVries.
oh yeah, that one.
That one they don't have that.
Yeah, so this whole block here, 57, 56, 55. Um, we can go down here. The big Logan Sergeant that everybody's after. No print run for 36, 35, 30. Oh, there's 37, 34. So 33, there's even 32. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe they fired them. Got some new folks over there. So we'll see if they can just print put the print runs that they advertise that's why they have tops now. Print to
Yeah.
order and they let you know what they are. So apparently they don't do that. So I'm looking forward to talking to them at the Q&A at the tops at National.
Oh yeah, that's going to be definitely a topic of discussion.
So you want people to buy them, put the print runs. So anyway, all righty. So that is the tops now.
Stock up and save.
Yeah. Next segment. That was a quick one here. So next one is the 2016 PRIZM Racing. We're going to revisit this. So just give some background. 2015 press pass dropped their last set. I think it was January, February, or whatever it was. And then they went out. They basically, I didn't say went out of business, but stopped producing cards. Um, and so NASCAR didn't have anybody producing cards for them. So Panini stepped in. I think that was January, February, March. They made that announcement, and Prism Racing was their first official release of NASCAR trading cards, and that was at the National in 2016 in Atlantic City.
Yep, I remember being in Atlantic City and you and I buying some boxes and busting them in our room. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. So the hobby boxes kind of looked like this. They're kind of there was a different box than I've ever seen before. It was kind of thin, and I can't remember actually how they were inside, but yeah, they were thin and wide for the hobby boxes. And you'll see there you get 4 cards and 20 packs per box. You got 3 autos or memorabilia cards per box on average. So yes, they had fabrics and relics as well as autographs in there.
They did.
Yeah. And go to the one of the sell sheets here. Like I said, the hobby configuration was 4 cards a pack, 20 packs box, 12 packs boxes a case. And a box break, basically you got 10 silver prisms, 1 green prism numbered to 149, 2 additional colored parallels, 99 or less, 1 autograph, 2 memorabilia cards. I can't remember if it was 1 auto or 2 or how those ran for me. But then you had also inserts, 2 winner circle, which was an insert, and then winner circle parallel prism. And so the competitors and the competitors prism and 3 additional inserts. So they had the insert sets, or some of them were, I guess, they were die cut, which was interesting. And then they can be found with the silver prism version as well. And so there was some of their selling points this here. The racing cards are back and better than ever with Panini's amazing Prism technology that has captivated collectors in other sports since its debut. Chase the rainbow with 9 different Prism parallels to collect. 8 of these are numbered to 149 or less, which is very interesting now looking back at current levels. So 8 of the 9 were numbered to 149 or less. Look to find at least 3 numbered prisms in every box, along with an autograph and 2 memorabilia cards. So even though it says, on the box 3 autos or memorabilia, you're only getting 1 auto per box.
Yeah, it was kind of stingy back then, but we liked it.
Yeah, exactly. But and you got here's the one thing too. Is every case will deliver an autograph from either Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Danica Patrick, or Dale Earnhardt Jr. So that was basically like your case hit
Yeah.
auto.
Yeah, and they had autos from all from the various different series in there too. I mean, everybody had a lot. There was quite a few different autos you could get.
Yeah, right. It wasn't just the Cup guys; it was everybody and a lot of the rookies. And so when we talk about it, like Cole Custer and um, Christopher Bell and other drivers that were in those levels, they were autographs, right? And so they didn't have base. Maybe they only had base in 2016 certified, but they're only autos in Prism. So I guess what
Yeah,
I'm saying is it kind of stretched out the number of boxes and packs and stuff. And so this is a blaster here. You got 24 cards with one autograph or memorabilia per box. So you got six. Discover an array of colors, six color prism variations, low numbered prism inserts featuring the top drivers of NASCAR. I think that was it the camo parallel was in the blasters, and those were numbered to like the car number. I think they were one of the tougher ones.
they
There's also
were.
and then there's also a fat packs offering, which kind of look like this: 15 cards as in the fat pack, 12 packs per box. This is where the special red, white, and blue prisms parallel unnumbered came from, and that was I
Yeah,
think the only unnumbered parallel.
yeah. That's the red, white, and blues are one of my favorites. I like those cards a lot.
Yeah, so the different parallels. So you had the red, white, and blue, which was unnumbered. You had the green flag to 149, blue to 99, red to 75. The camo again was to the door number. Rainbow prism to 24, gold to 10, white flag to 5, black prism numbered out of 3, checkered flag prism, which was the 101. And
Yeah,
then you had the silver.
out of all the boxes and things I opened, I never saw. Of course, I never saw one of one, but I never saw a gold or a black or any of those higher up. I think the highest thing I ever saw was a rainbow.
I think I got a white flag of somebody, maybe like Reagan Smith or somebody like that.
Yeah, they were tough to come by. I mean, it's not like it is now. It's completely was completely different back then.
Right. And also one of the things, so this was the shortest print of the prism of NASCAR, because we talked to some of the Panini guys because we thought 2018 was a short a short print or a 19, and they assured us that 16 was the shortest print. So those are some of the parallels there.
Yeah, here's some of the parallels. There's actually I think 8 different parallels. You've got the blowing smoke. Let's see if I can find that real quick. Yeah, here we go. The blowing smoke, which there's
It's die
12
cut.
cards in that set, and I figured it'd be appropriate to have smoke on there for blowing smoke.
Yep, very nice.
Then they had the competitors, which here's Danica in the competitors, and then they had the machinery, which you can see that's got the die cut on it. Let me see if I can focus that in there. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then they had the champions, which I like the champions. And here's Richard Petty, and that's a really cool one. That one's also die cut. And then they had the winner's circle, which were the most common. I mean, there was like I think 36 different cards in this subset. And look, it's so shiny.
Yeah, so that recapped every win in
Hmm.
the Cup Series.
And let's see. Then you had the qualifying times. Here's Kyle Busch. Yeah, that's another insert.
I like those.
Yeah,
They're
those are nice.
all the prisms, the silver parallels are really nice.
And then here's one that's die cut, raising the flag of Denny Hamlin there. So there were, I think, eight different parallel inserts, not parallel inserts sets to chase. And like I said, the winner circle by far was the most common. It seems to me like the champions were kind of harder to find than any of the rest of them because there's only five different cards in that subset.
Can you show that one again?
The king, yeah,
Yes, I think maybe one per box, and I like it that it's die cut, and then there's a silver version of those as well. So I've been working on that set autographed.
yeah. These are available in the prism, gold prism to 10, and there are checkered flags of these also.
Yeah, they're tough. They're I'll say drying up. So because Tony Stewart's in there and um Darrell Waltrip,
Jimmy Johnson,
and Jimmy Johnson. I think maybe it. There's no Gordon because Gordon wasn't until
no,
last
he
year or two.
definitely could
So
have.
yeah, and some of the parallels here we got. Um, so the Dale Earnhardt Jr. for example, there to the left is the silver prism, the red, white, and blue in the middle, and the rainbow numbered to 24.
Yeah, which is my favorite. I love the rainbows.
And then the Chase Elliott base, Chase Elliott prism, silver prism, and then the Chase Elliott rainbow prism numbered to 24.
Yeah, those are sweet.
They are very sweet. And then some of the autos, this is kind of what they look like here with the Eric Jones silver, Kyle Busch rainbow, Alex Bowman as well.
Yeah, have you noticed how those prisms scan? They don't scan. You don't see any color out of them. They're just kind of that greenish gray color. They don't scan well. The prisms don't. That's why it's fun to take pictures of those and try to get the rainbow effect on them.
Yeah. And so it might be a good time if, for your shout out there working on your rainbow set.
Yeah, I am. I've been working on the rainbow set since these things came out in 2016. I am down to 4 cards that I need. So if anybody out there in podcast land or YouTube land has any of these 4 cards I'm getting ready to mention, I would hit us up, DM us, leave a comment, whatever. But here's what I need. I need number 26 Blaney, number 51 Matt Kenseth, number 71 Terry Labonte, and probably the toughest one is number 100 Chase for the Cup. I've only ever seen one of those on eBay, and I just didn't bid high enough on it back when it first came out. So just those 4 cards, 26, 51, 71, and 100 are the only cards. I have 96 different ones. I'm going to get the entire set graded eventually.
That'll be epic on the set registry.
Yeah, nobody will be able to beat that. I don't think because, like I said, I've been doing this since they came out. And what is this? This is 2023. So we're talking. It's coming up. It'll come up on 7 years here in the summertime that I've been
Wow.
trying to put this set together. That's how tough it is.
So yeah, so we thought we'd recap 2016 Prism. I don't necessarily know if it got a lot of love back in 2016, but because again, I was not a basketball collector or anything like that, so I was not familiar with Prism. Looking at the odds, I remember, you didn't get a lot of autographs a box, and so this, I guess, it was more towards a set builder, and picking up parallels. But I think long term, the parallels or anything is going to go down as one of the better sets. So
Yeah, I think this set is very underrated um, because, like I said, it's the first Prism, and I'm like you, Val. I wasn't familiar with the Prism brand per se. All I knew was that they're coming out with cards, and the name of the type of set is Prism, and that is all that I knew. Like I said, I wasn't familiar with how big it was in basketball and all that. So if I had known then what I know now, I probably would have bought more and then set on a few boxes, because I have no boxes of those complete. I've got some packs and some of those fat packs, but I don't have any other packs.
Yeah, I was gonna say that after it came out, there was no Prism in 2017. They started again in 2018, and they were super discounted. I want to say those fat pack boxes were like $25 a box or whatever at the low of lows, and you could get blasters for you know 10, 20 bucks for blowout and the rest of them. And I guess during the pandemic, everything kind of got absorbed. So there's not a lot of wax out there. I've seen hobby boxes for 450, 500, but there's no way you can get that kind of value out of them. You get one auto and those parallels you need
Mm-mm.
to hit and I guess they're out there, the 101 and uh, Chase Elliott's and Bubba Wallace and the rest of those guys out there somewhere. So there's not a lot of supply of wax anymore, and even
No.
just trying to pick up parallels are tough now.
Yeah. And talking about the parallels, there was the image variations that they had in that set too. There was
Yeah, thank you for that.
eight
Yeah, so
image
they threw that
variations.
kind of in there to help um, with that. If you want to, if you have some of those up, they were pretty cool.
Yeah, in fact, I got some to do a show and tell real quick. Um, I found all of them, and I know I've got the Donnie Allison somewhere. I just could not find it by the time we were recording tonight. So I will show the Donnie Allison on the screen real quick. What it looks like. That's the Donnie Allison image variation. That's card number 1, and the regular card number 1 is Jamie McMurray. So if you look at it, it's card number 1. And the next one is card number 2 with Brad Keselowski. That's the normal, that's the standard base card. If you look at the back of that, it's card number 2. But then the variation is Rusty Wallace, who also drove the number 2. And as you can see, it's also card number 2. The next one is Casey Kane, card number 5. And as you can see, that's card
So
number
hold that
5.
up for a second. So hold that up for a second. Other way, the back.
Yep, the back.
Yep. So on the back, you can see to the right, you have the Panini logo, and then there's a white box that's empty that will say Prism in it in type for the silver parallel. So they did a really good job of distinguishing the Prism versions in
They
that box.
did. And
For
then
folks who
here,
weren't familiar with Prism.
so there's Terry Labonte. That's the image variation, and as you say, it's card 5. Number 6 was Trevor Bayne, was the standard base card, and the variation is Mark Martin, which is pretty cool. Which it's kind of strange. Some of these have that white checkerboard around them. Some of them don't. You see that?
Yeah, I noticed that. I wasn't sure why that was. I think that was maybe a mistake.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was with that. So that's card number 6. The next one is card number 9, and you got Sam Hornish Jr. as the base, as you can see. Then you got Bill Elliott as the variation, and that's card number
Awesome,
9.
Bill.
Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. All right. Let's see here. That's starting to hurt a little bit, but let's see. So then you got our Daytona 500 winner as the base on card number 17, which is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. You look at the back of that, so it's number 17. Then you've got Darrell Waltrip, who also drove the 17 car as the base. He's in his Tide uniform. That's really cool. I like that card. It's old school. And the next one is number 22. You've got Joey Logano. And the variation is Bobby Allison. Yet again, it's he drove the 22 at one point, and he's in his Miller, I think Miller American or Miller whatever Miller Genuine Draft. Couldn't say it. So that's old school. That's retro. Number 22. Then you've got probably my favorite one right here. Of course, this is card number 43. Josh Wise. I bet you can't guess who's coming up on that one. It is the King is the variation. So that was pretty sweet. I like that. So that's the 8 image variations.
An extra level of chase there for master sets, I guess.
Yeah, if you're going, yeah, and if you really want the master set, there's 3,016 different cards, including the 101s and everything that you can chase. So have at it. 3,016 cards.
So there's a level of chase for everybody.
Yeah, there is.
To the base set, I actually saw can't remember who it is, but they're working on a silver Prism set autographed.
Wow.
So that's a pretty cool project. So, and
Yeah, I think
those
I think
silver show the autographs pretty good.
I hope they got David Pearson and some of the other ones.
Yeah, I don't know if they're just doing the base numbers until you get to the
I see what you're saying.
yeah, because there's um the cars and there's the legends in the Hall of Fame. The one that I will call out is the one I like is Kyle Busch with the trophy. I think that's card 50. I'm working on getting auto from on that one. So
Yeah, I've got some of the different color variations. Like here's the blue out of 99. Just Paul Menard. So that's I like that. If you look at the back, the numbering on the back, you can see it's
yeah, so the number is
the
underneath that
99.
number there, and then in that white box you'll see the prism. Yeah, I think the blue and the red and the green, they look pretty good. So
Yeah, I do too. There's the green with Richard Petty. As you can see, that's numbered to 149. And you see up there at the top, like Val was talking about, where it's got the prism right underneath Panini. And then, of course, you've got the red, which is out of what 75. And there's
yeah,
there's,
so I
there's,
mean
there's the
you
king
got
again.
the highest numbering is 149,
Yeah.
which is
So
nothing nowadays.
yeah, no kidding. And you see the number on the back of that one. Yeah, 37 of 75. So those are pretty neat. Um, I think the card 100. I don't people don't really talk about that. Here's card 100. It's just the standard base card. The chase for the cup. It's got all the drivers on there, and on the back it talks about the final standings of the 2015 season. But this is one of the cards I need in the red, white, and blue. I mean, excuse me, red, white, blue, the rainbow.
Yeah, that's a tough one because all the driver collectors want that for their driver collection.
Absolutely. But that's some of the cool cards. Like I said, I like the red, white, and blue. I like the rainbow. I mean, I like them all. I think that you can't go wrong collecting this set. Um, and again, it's pretty undervalued for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
I
else I
think
really wanted to touch on real quick is some of the memorabilia cards. Like you've got the team fire suit fabrics, which see it shows the team, and then you've got the driver fire suit fabric. I don't know what the difference is per se, unless Kyle Larson actually, wore this suit, and maybe this is from somebody else's suit. I don't know what the difference is. I looked and looked and looked before we started doing this show tonight. I could not find anywhere where it says what the difference is, because if you look on the back of these things, wow, that's nice. It says, it's kind of hard to see, but what it says is it says the enclosed Race used memorabilia is guaranteed by Panini America. Check it out. And there's Siri again. But you've got those are the fire suit. And then they had tires. You had some team race used tires, like these right here. Here's Casey Kane, team race used. And then you had just the regular race used, which I don't know. Again, I don't know what the difference is between a team race used tire and a race used tire. If somebody out there knows, please tell me, because I could not find out what the difference was, and I just don't know. So, and these things, I think they come in PRIZM, and they come in your standard base cards. So, and then of course you've got all the numbered variations too. So there's a lot to chase.
A lot of stuff.
So right. Yeah, I think that's all I've got for this. I mean, I think these things were released at the National in 2016 when we were there. I think that was August 3rd, that first day.
Yeah, it was either the last week of July, first week of August. So, but even then, I think we were saying they're about $100 a box, or a little less, a little more, around that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. For some reason, something's telling me they were like $75, $80, but I don't think they were more than $100 a box back then. It's not like it is now. And like I said, the parallels were so much harder to get out of the box.
Well, you think about it, our PRIZM now, we get 4 autos a box.
Yeah, we get 4 autos. So yeah, I mean, we're paying, what are we paying these days?
120,
120, something like that. So really, I mean, it's not bad when you think about it.
Yeah, that PRIZM 2016 was a lot of parallels and silver and 3 memorabilia cards. So
yeah,
2 memorabilia or whatever. Yeah,
yeah, it's the only year of memorabilia. They have not done memorabilia since for racing.
All righty, I guess that'll do it for 2016 PRIZM. And if you have some rainbows, check your numbers, and if you can help Logan out, we'd appreciate it.
That'd be awesome. 4 cards.
Yeah. All righty, I guess that's it.
That's it. So I guess it's time to cue the music. Okay, we're going to start out this week with an honorable mention, and this card is kind of up for speculation because I show it on 130 point being sold on the 3rd of March. It's a 1972 STP Richard Petty rookie card, holy grail of NASCAR collecting. I would probably almost agree with that, except for maybe the Winter Circle Lee Petty no NASCAR. But anyway, they were asking $1,500 for this card, and they accepted an offer of $800. So we think, at least that's what I saw on 130 point. Now we think this same card may be relisted. So this may be an anomaly. I don't know. Maybe somebody said, "Hey, my dog actually got onto my phone and bid on this card, and I don't want it anymore." But I do think that $800 is a little pricey for a Richard Petty in the condition that this one's in. It's got some paper loss and some rounded corners and some other issues that to me just doesn't make it an $800 card. I mean, what do you think, Val?
No, yeah, I totally agree. It's definitely not worth that. If it's got any creases, I did see where the corner paper loss. So, this is probably a candidate to get autographed, but yeah, I don't know about 800. So
I don't either. I think you're probably going to, if you were to get this card graded, I'd probably give it maybe a 4 at best. Probably maybe even a little bit lower than that. But I don't think you're going to get much more than a 4 out of that card.
But like the Hornus Wagner and the rest of them, they take a half a card. So
yeah, they do. But still, I mean, every time I see 72 STP Richard Petty, I can't pass that up, and I have to put it out here. So if somebody finds out more about this auction and if it's being redone, just let us know. but I'm just reporting what I saw on eBay and on 130 Point.
Right.
So, all right. So next up, this is my Joker of the week. This is on the 5th. In fact, I think all the rest of these cards are on the 5th of March. It's weird. But anyway, this is 1989 Max Racing Toolbox, lot of 8 sealed sets. Dale Earnhardt rookie. They were asking $2,500, which was absurd for this. But they even more absurd, they accepted a best offer of $1,678 for these.
So what's that? $200 a set.
$209.75 per set.
Wow.
You can get these all day long. I mean, I still pick them up at $50, $60 a set.
Yeah. Well, it's
They're
a
out
free
there.
shipping, so you get all 8 of them.
Oh wow, free shipping, man. That did it. That sealed the deal for me.
Well, those are drying up too. So, yeah, I think it's at the top end there, $200. But you know, in 10, 20 years, we could be wrong. These seal sets are the best place to get your graded PSA 10s from. It's definitely not from wax. It's from the toolbox set. So
Yeah, the toolbox has the best. I don't know what the difference is if they used a different ink or different stock of paper or what they did, but when they cut these really don't chip. The biggest thing you got to look for in these is just the centering. And
that's what I did. I got one of these. I think it was 30 something dollars, and Earnhardt was a little off center. I think it came back a PSA 8, but still, for $30 plus the grading fee.
yeah, you can't beat that. But I think whoever bought these, they must hopefully they're looking for a long term hold on these because $209.75 a set is a lot of money.
Well, I mean, if you pull some nines and tens, Earnhardt's, and then we do know, and that's one of the other things too, is that this set is a 220 card set. And it's loaded with first cards of a lot of Hall of Famers that were not in the 88 max set. Sherman and Junior Johnson, um, Wendell Scott and David Pearson, just to name a few. So we can go down the list. So
Yeah, there's quite a
um,
few Hall of Famers in here. So I mean,
Jack Roush,
it's more than just Dale Earnhardt
right?
Senior.
So you get 8 crispy versions of everybody.
Yeah, and those box sets, if you've ever looked inside of one, they've got a smaller box really inside of there. So the cards are very well protected and they're wrapped in shrink wrap, even inside. It's in a tray that you can take out, and they're sealed very, very well, and they're very well protected. So you're going to get, unless somebody just absolutely just threw this thing under the bus, you're going to get some really nice cards.
Yeah, I think that's good to point out, Logan, that there's a tray inside that has, I don't know if it's 3 wide or 4 wide, and then that is cellophaned, and then that is placed inside here, and then this is cellophaned, and there's cushion or space around all 4 edges. So even if you got a dent in the corners, it does not touch that tray. It's only going to be from top to bottom. So they're well protected even after all this time.
Yeah, they are, and you're like I said, you're going to get some nice crisp ones out of there. So I mean, that to me, that's the only sets that I buy now as far as 89 Max. I don't buy the factory set. I don't buy packs. I just buy the toolbox set if I'm looking to find cards to grade.
Yep.
So, all
All
right.
right.
So let's move on to our Jack of the Week, our young driver. Go figure. This is on the 5th of March, 2022. Topps Chrome 1 F1 Logan Sargent Auto Orange. And it's out of 25.
25.
Yeah. They were asking $2,000 for this card. They accepted a best offer of $1,000 for this card.
Wow.
That's some serious speculation right there, but that's a nice looking card, man.
Yeah, I
I
was just
like
looking at
that.
that Ty Gibbs auto.
Yeah, he's taking lessons from Ty Gibbs, I think.
Maybe it's a new generation. So, but again, at 25 and the orange grand. Okay.
Yeah. I've been buying some PSA 10 tops now, Logan Sargents for like 30 $35. I think you can't really go wrong with those. But yeah, I think somebody's doing some long term hold speculating here that for $1,000. But anyways, it's a nice card. So I guess we'll move on to our Queen of the Week. And check this card out. This was again on the 5th of March, 2022 Leaf. This isn't your major brands like Panini or anybody. This is Leaf. Exotic Crocodile Haley Deegan Auto, 1 of 1. And of course it says encased. Wow. But this card went out for bids. So there was a lot of people bidding on this thing. It went,
Wow.
it went for $1,780 with 29 bids. My God Almighty!
Jeez. Wow.
And she came in what 32nd in the truck race the other day.
Well, even the week before that, yeah, that you talk about speculation, right? We talk about Logan Sargent, and then
Yeah,
this
this
one
is
here. So,
some serious speculation right here.
wow, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, and you see, I mean, it's not. She has no sponsor uh, logos or anything on her fire suit. She's just generic right there. But yeah, and she's really changed her handwriting too. Her signature. Uh, she's simplified it to where she can do a lot more.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All
there
right.
you go. I think it's a cool card, but whatever. All right, so here's our King of the Week. This is again on the 5th of March, 1988 Max. Here we go again. Max Racing, number 99, Dale Earnhardt rookie. This is what, our 5th week in a row for one of these?
Yeah, they've been coming out here.
They've been popping out. And this same person, this is a PSA 10. The same PSA 10 we saw, was it last week, I think? For $1,800. This is the same seller, and I went back and looked at the cert numbers on here.
Yep.
Yeah, this one ends in 79. The other one that sold for $1,800 was it's the same cert number that ended in 80. So somebody sent in quite a few, I guess, authentic card autos. Has sent in quite a few of them and got pretty lucky with them and got a bunch of PSA 10s. But
Nice.
but again, they were asking $24.99 for this, and again, it sold for this one also sold for $1,800.
Not too shabby.
No, it's not too shabby. It's a PSA 10. I don't think you can go wrong with this card. I think,
Well, do you want this card or the Haley Deegan?
yeah, 1780 versus okay. I can spend $20 more, and I can get a really cool Dale Earnhardt that I know is a NASCAR glamour card that you can't go wrong with ever. So I'd rather buy this card any day.
Very nice. $1,800. Cool.
Yeah, 5th week in a row, man. These things keep, like I said, they're just popping out. So as long as they keep popping out, I'm gonna keep putting them in here.
All righty.
All right. So here's next up is our Ace of the Week. It's our 101. It's again on the 5th of March, 2022 Topps Formula One foil fractor, 1 of 1, super short print, number 30, Carlos Sainz. This one had a buy it now of $750. And believe it or not, somebody went click and they spent $750 on it. They bought it now for that price. So that's a
Wow.
pretty cool looking car. But if you look at it, to me, it looks like it's cut. It's the top. Look at the top.
Yeah, I was looking. Was looking at that. I caught that. Yeah, it's not. What's the right word? I think we call them like parallel
Diamond.
or yeah. Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so something's not quite right with that. I don't know if it came that way, or who knows why it's like that.
yeah. I don't
But
see that in the bottom, but
yeah, I don't see it on the bottom because you would think you would see that that same angle on the bottom, but you don't see that. So that's what's weird. See, you can see it right there on the back. Look at that.
you sure can.
You can really see it, and the bottom looks straight because it's parallel to the border of the stats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's quite interesting there. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. $750 for that. I don't think I would have paid that. I guess somebody was pretty anxious and saw it and just clicked it without looking at it.
Right.
But I think whoever bought that, I don't know. I wouldn't have bought a card like that, especially it's a. I know it's a. I get it. It's a 1-on-1, but I mean, if I got a 1-on-1 like that, I'd like to try to at least try to get it graded. And I don't think this one's going to grade well at all. It may come back with evidence of trimming or miscut or minimum size or something. But it's just not right. Because
Interesting.
if you look at the sides, they're also parallel to the border of the picture. So it's just
Yeah.
that top.
Yeah. It's just the top.
I don't know if the trimmer had a bad day at the factory and put the sheet
Well,
in
yeah,
wrong.
you never know. Yeah. I mean, again, they're cutting that. It's a 101 sheet. So I don't know if it got cut with other sheets or if it got cut all by itself. So yeah, you'll never know.
Yep, I can sum it up in one word: you never know.
Okay.
All right,
Moving
so
on.
last but not least, our royal flush of the week. Again on the 5th
Another
of
Carlos
March.
Sands.
Yep, 2022 Topps Chrome F1 Carlos Sainz Superfractor, another 1-of-1. Now look at this one. This one looks good. That's a nice looking 1-of-1 auto.
Yeah, it looks good. All the sides are parallel to each other, so to
Hmm.
that yellow line. So yeah.
Yeah, of course, it's ungraded. Keep that in mind when I tell you this. They were asking $10,000 for this card. They accepted a best offer of $5,000. Oh,
And $32 for shipping.
jeez, that just kills me. If you're spending that kind of money on a card,
And this is
um,
coming from South Korea.
I know that's the other kind of thing that's kind of scary. I mean, it's got to come through all these international post office, and God knows what it's going to go through to get here. Uh,
I do like that color. That superfractor, I guess gold yellowish, and against that red black uniform.
it's that disco, kind of gold, whatever. I like that card. I think it's really nice. I don't think it's $5,000 nice,
Yeah, that's another story. So
but I still think it's a pretty cool card. Just think it's Carlos Sainz. Imagine what a Lewis Hamilton 1-of-1 like that would be like. Oh dear God!
oh my goodness, yeah.
But it's a cool
Very
card.
nice.
Congrats to
Yep.
whoever got that.
Yeah, it's a nice one. Send that all get graded.
So
All righty.
yeah, that's it. That's it for this week's King's Court.
Well, thank you, Logan.
Um, Before we go, I do want to show, going back to the 2016 Prism, a couple of my favorite cards that I have slabbed up. So we've got this 2016 Rainbow PSA 10 of Chase Elliott, and we really didn't touch on this, but a lot of people consider this his rookie card. I do not consider this his rookie card, but a lot of folks do. So I thought this was worth mentioning, and I also want to say it's slab fire.
That is.
But my favorite card, probably of all of these cards, is the red, white, and blue Richard Petty, because to me Richard Petty means America. He is as iconic as anything else there is in America: baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and
Richard
Richard
Petty.
Petty. So
Yeah,
this
the
is
red, white, and blue suit with the red, white, and blue. Yep, that's a
yeah.
nice one.
So this is one of my favorite cards out of the 2016 Prism, and it's a PSA 10. I absolutely love this card. I got this at the National. Remember, Val? I bought this at the National.
I don't
So
remember that, but
you were with me.
I know I was
You
with
were
you, but
standing right next to me.
I didn't buy the card, so I do
Remember, that's the
remember.
guy that had all those prisms.
Yeah, I think I picked up a Danica. I don't know if it was green or red or whatever, but um, I do remember buying a few boxes and working on the base sets and stuff, and not understanding what the prisms were, silver prisms.
Yeah, I'm with you. I didn't understand it for probably about a year.
Yeah, because I don't think it was like it is now. I don't think the checklist was out, and if it was out, we were at the national already. So,
Hmm.
but definitely like that 2016 Prism set, and those are some pretty cards. So,
Yeah.
but anything else you want to mention?
Yes.
Okay, hashtags.
Yeah, I got hashtag, um, hashtag, I can't think of it. I can't think of it.
Ty Gibbs.
Well, we got Ty freaking Gibbs, and we've
Right.
got, um, I can't think of it. I'm drawing a blank.
Okay.
We've got hashtag Slabfire now. That's a new one for us.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't forget hashtag Slabfire.
Slap fire. All right. Anything? I was gonna say, any other information, news, or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm going to put this out here. Last Friday, I'll just say I had a health scare.
Medical emergency.
I had a medical emergency. I was in the hospital for 2 days. I have some lingering issues, but they will go away. I'm doing better. I'm off of work for a little while, and like I said, I'm feeling a little bit better. But hashtag skid marks. That was it. I couldn't think of that, man. Maybe it's my medical condition. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad you're much better, and I'm glad you're well enough, to do the show. But like I said, no pressure. There was no pressure implied for Logan to have to do the show today. So,
Yeah, I wanted to do it. The show must go on.
so yeah, I'm glad you're doing better, and you're well on your way to recovery. So,
Yeah, the doctor said I should make a full recovery. So that's good. Just got to take some time and rest.
now you can take some time to rest and reduce your stress and look through your collection and maybe organize some. So go through
Yeah,
some of the boxes and catch up on some of your stuff. What?
after looking through all my 2016 Prism today, I have some sorting to do. Lucy, you have some sorting to do.
Yep. All
Yeah,
right.
that's all I got, dude. I think we're good.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching, listening to this podcast. We appreciate it very much. Please like, share the podcast, leave a comment on YouTube. We'll give you a shout out as well. We read them, so leave them. And hope everybody has a great weekend. And we will see you next week. Don't forget to pick up your tops now if that's your thing. And we will, I guess, hopefully, we'll check next week, see what the print runs are for those. And we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend, everybody.